Hey y'all, it's Teresa. As you know, I'm doing a series on domestic violence for the month of October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Um, Today, what I want to do is, like I said, I was in love and I married a narcissistic sociopath. So, what I want to do is give you an insight on how to spot a sociopath and let you know how I finally come to terms with that I'm married to a narcissistic sociopath. Okay, number one, superficial charm and good intelligence. My husband is he's a very handsome man. Tall, light skinned, just like I like him. He has a mean walk. And he's very intelligent. He's very smart. He knows a lot of things. And I think that's one of the things that attracted me to him. And if you're like me and you're attracted to intelligence, you will fall for it. Um, Absence of delusions and other signs of irrational thinking, absence of nervousness or neurotic manifestations. Absence of nervousness, he wasn't nervous about anything. He was just calm, cool, and collected. I mean, if you, he was never scared. He was never scared about anything. And that scared me because I'm like, okay, I'm scared of something. I thought everybody in the world was scared of something. But here comes this man, my husband, which it turned me on because I'm like, okay, he's not scared of anything. You know, I like that. That's a man. Um, Unreliability, that's kind of questionable because he was very reliable. I love that part about him. He was reliable. Untruthful and insincerity. Untruthfulness and sincerity. He was very untruthful. He lied a lot, and I used to catch him so many times, and he would just continue to lie. Even after I've already caught him, he would just continue, to lie. And I remember one time I found some telephone numbers in his phone, and I called the women and I talked to them, and I told him everything that they told me. They gave me proof and everything that they knew him and how they knew him and everything, and sent me pictures, and he still denied it. And he told me that the information that I have was unsubmissible because of the way I found it. Yeah, that's what he said. Lack of remorse and shame. He didn't care. He made me cry. He didn't care if I was feeling any type of way. He never apologized. It was only time he apologized is when he bashed my face in, and I was going to call the police on him. That's when he apologized. That's after out of all the things that he's done to me. That was the only thing that he apologized about. Inadequately motivated and antisocial behavior. He never wanted to like go for a walk in the park or anything that I wanted to do, or go on picnics. He didn't want to do that. Go to the museum. He didn't want to do that. Only thing he wanted to do was go out to eat, sit at home and watch black women hating videos, and play video games or go to work. That's it. He went to work, but he didn't pay bills, but he went to work. Poor judgment and failure to learn from his experiences. He kept doing the same thing over and over. He told me that I was the first girl who he put his hands on. And I found out later on, after our marriage was ending, I found out later on 2 other women got in contact with me and they told me that he did it to them as well. But we'll talk more about that later. Sex life was impersonal, trivial, and poorly integrated. It speaks for itself. Failure to follow any life plans, exaggerated achievements and talents. Y'all, this man went on Facebook and posted a painting that was sitting up in a museum here in Arkansas and told all of his friends and everybody on Facebook that he created that painting. He said he found his hidden talent. Come on now. I've been with you for 3 years. You can't draw nothing more than a stick figure. And I know for a fact that painting is hanging up in that museum and is not done. It's not by him. He's a big liar. Preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Guys, he told me that he picked me because of my structure, because of the way I look, and then we would have a good son, we'd have a big, strong son, and, all that. There's nothing wrong with wanting power and brilliance. I mean, everybody wants power, but he wanted it to us whole new extent. So, monopolizes conversations and belittle or look down on people that they perceive as inferior. My husband overrules conversations. He never lets you get a word in, no matter who he's talking to. He just talk, 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 talk. And if you try to disagree with him, oh, you're wrong. It can be 20 people in a room and tell him he's wrong. Oh, no. He'll be that one person to say he's right, and he will believe that he's right. And you'll just sit there just to shut him up. You'll sit there and be like, yeah, you're right, just to shut him up. And then if you don't agree with him, oh my God. Like, I can remember one time I didn't agree with him about a movie that we went to go see. And we were sitting in the truck and we were talking about the movie. And I was like, well, I liked the movie. You know, the movie was good to me. And he was like, I didn't like it. They should have did this. They should have did that. And I was like, baby, we're not going to sit here and argue about a movie. Let's go in the house. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I proceed to open up the door so I can go in the house. That man took my head and mashed it into the truck window and told me, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going to disrespect me. I'm like, whoa. And that scared me so bad. You know, it really frightened me. But we'll talk about that as well. They take advantage of people to get what they want. He does that with everybody. A lot of people don't see it, but he does. He only talks to people when he needs something or when he wants something. The inability to recognize the needs and feelings of others. He didn't care about my feelings. Get your feelings out of it. What you want to talk? I don't want to talk about feelings. If I told him I was feeling a certain type of way, he don't want to talk about it. Feelings are stupid. I mean, we used to get into knocked down, dragged out arguments. And I would just shut down and just shut up because I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't have to argue or fuss with my husband about I'm feeling unloved or I feel like this or I feel like that. He didn't want to talk about that. Insists on having the best car, office, or clothes, or whatever. Yeah, he had to have the best car. He's riding around in a Lincoln, and his truck was a luxury, which it was, but he had to have the best car. So when he pulled up beside somebody, they'd look at his truck and say, "Oh, I like your truck," or whatever. You know, he fished for compliments or whatever. But yeah, those are some of the signs that you're dealing with a sociopath. And in my case, I was dealing with a narcissistic sociopath. And I would have never recognized those signs. Gaslighting. I wouldn't recognize any of that stuff if I hadn't gone to counseling myself and I was explaining to the therapist the types of things that I was going through. And that's what she told me I was dealing with. But I didn't intend on my video to be over 7 minutes long. So I'm going to let you guys go. I love you. Just look out for those signs. If you have any questions, email me. The email is Mrs. Edgett at Mrs. Edgett Mrs. Edgett EDGETT.J12@gmail.com. And again, this is Teresa. I hope you guys find these series informational. Like I said, if you got any questions, email me or comment below. Like, subscribe, share, and let's talk about it. Let's break this chain of silence of domestic violence. Because it needs to be talked about, it needs to be pointed out, and people need to know about it. Because there's a lot of people going through this that don't realize that they're going through it. They think it's love, because I thought it was love. I thought my husband really cared about me until he bashed my face in. So, but again, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and there's more to come. I promise you that. So, I love you, and have a fantabulous night, everybody. Be blessed. Bye.